You know the drill. We start with wisdom from others, learning from others, and then we do a physical practice, and then we end with a seated meditation. Okay, so I'm still reading from the Dalai Lama's Little Book of Wisdom, and these are kind of short readings, and I'm starting to like them more and more. I remember I shared with you in the beginning that I had a hard time switching from Thich Nhat Hanh to Dalai Lama, even though I really admire both of them. They have, but the way they write, and also these are translated, of course, into English. The way they write is different, and it took me some time to kind of get used to this style. I also remember that I shared with you that even if I don't like it, I'm going to stay with it. It doesn't cause me any pain. It's just a little discomfortable or uncomfortable. And now I'm starting to enjoy it more. Okay, so today I'm reading on page 25, if anyone has the book. I usually make a distinction between different types of ego. One type of ego is self-cherishing in order to get some benefit for itself, disregarding the rights of others. This is the negative ego. Another ego says, I must be a good human being. I must serve. I must take full responsibility. That kind of strong feeling of I or self opposes some of our negative emotions. So with that in mind, we're going to do the physical practice, and the purpose of the physical practice is to get the mind a little bit more into the body, because as you know, the mind can go all over. The mind can travel in time, the mind can travel geographically, but the body is always in the present moment. And by doing these exercises or practices, we try to get the mind to stay in the body and prepare us for meditation. And in meditation, we might get some insights. So let's see. It's a practice. Every day is different. So taking your seat, sitting up tall. You can keep your eyes open or closed. Maybe start moving your feet. And that brings the mind to the feet, remembering or noticing the connection to earth that's always there. It's always there. It's just that the mind kind of forgets. So lifting the heels, lifting the toes, reminding yourself of the connection to earth. And then if you want to, you can place a hand on your belly. Maybe notice the pit of the belly. So imagine, where is your pit of the belly? That point that goes in and up and gives your spine support and inspiration to grow. Where is that point or part in you? Where is your pit of the belly? Maybe on the inhale, notice how the belly is expanding out, just like that breathing ball I don't have here right now, and then exhale, pit of the belly encourages the spine to grow up. Giving internal support, guidance, and encouragement. And then maybe bring your awareness up to your shoulders. You can lift the shoulders a few times, and then allow the neck to be long and the shoulders to be wide. Still breathing. Maybe tuck the chin slightly and lengthen the back of the neck. Imagine how someone is pulling your hair. So the crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. You can still move your feet if you want to remind yourself of the connection to Earth and the connection to the universe. And then maybe imagine like a flexible, bendy straw that goes from the crown of the head right through your body, right through the root chakra, and all the way into the core of the Earth. And maybe it actually continues. It looks like a straight line, but it continues, and then it curves and it comes back, and it creates this giant circle. So what might start with love goes over into fear and then back into love. Or what starts as pain goes all the way over here and then down to pleasure and up to there, up to pain again. Or Dalai Lama talked about the negative and the positive ego. He didn't phrase it right that way, but there was one part of the ego that wants to do things that's good for me, even though they hurt someone else. That would be one part of the circle. I can go there, we can all go there, or we can go the other way, where there's another part of the ego who wants to do good for everyone. And it might be the flip sides of this of the same of me. There's a part of me who can use my negative ego, and there's a part of me that can use my positive ego, and I have choice. I have choice. So maybe if you want to imagine that circle, so maybe inhale up, all the way up up through the root chakra, all the way up to the crown of the chakra, crown of the head, and then continue up into the universe, and then exhale down into a circle, down to earth, through the core of the earth, and then inhale up through your root chakra, all the way up through the crown, up into the universe. So that gigantic circle, and you are part of that gigantic circle. Maybe that's an image that you would like to explore right now, or not. And then if you want to, you can place your hands on your knees and then start the cat-cow movement. And then if you want to, you can bring your awareness to your breathing and notice what kind of breathing are you using naturally without trying to force it in any way. When do you exhale and when do you inhale? There is no right or wrong, but what we do has an impact, but there is no right or wrong, I think. And then come back to neutral. Then look at your hands. Look at your hands. Look at those beautiful hands that can do all kinds of things. Maybe thank every finger for all the work they have done for you so far. Look, notice So in the beginning, they were just small, small baby fingers, and then they grew and they are changing. Every day they are changing. Blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. And then start reaching and stretching out that side of your body. Notice maybe the skin stretching, and maybe imagine the lung inside stretching, waking up like, good morning, we're gonna breathe again. Maybe notice how you're using your feet, pushing into the earth to be able to reach, pushing into earth and reaching. So the entire body is active in this movement. And then reach up, turn to one side, let the arms go wide. One arm in the past, one in the future, and we are right here on Wonderful Wednesday, as Z put it. Right in the middle of the week, maybe right in the middle of our lives. What did we learn from the past? What are we looking forward to in the future? And what can we do right now, right today? And then release the arms, shake it out, lift the shoulders a few times. Look at your hands. Blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows. Start reaching, knowing that there is a negative ego and a positive ego in everyone. And we have a choice. From which ego do I want to take action? And it starts with awareness. So sometimes it's the negative ego leading. Sometimes it's the positive. And if I can become aware of that and then accept it. Yep, this time it was that selfish or self-centered part of me that acted, probably out of fear. And another time it was the positive part of me that acted. And then I accept that I have these two parts in me. And then I take action, trying to act from a place that's better for me and others. And then reach up tall, turn to the other side, let the arms go wide. One arm in the past, one in the future. Maybe imagine how the fingers are going out far, 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 creating part of a circle. So we are always in that circle, sometimes in human form. And then release, lift the shoulders a few times. And then take the fingers. Use that paint. So pick a color. Notice the thickness of the paint. And then we start following the recipe. We draw 3, 2, and 1 big circles of life. And then we can do whatever we want, as long as we don't hurt ourselves or others. So working or acting from the positive ego in you, creating beautiful images. And sometimes we mess up, and like, okay, that's all right. And then we try again. And then release, take the other hand. Take a same or a different color, feel the thickness of the paint. And first we just follow the recipe, draw that big circle, that big circle, knowing that there's a part of you that has a negative ego and a part that is a positive ego. And then choose from which ego do you want to paint this picture? What part of you is painting the picture this time? And then release. And then bringing the arms up in cactus, turning from side to side. And then reaching forward. Notice how the entire body is engaged in this movement, how the feet are moving, how the legs are moving. And then maybe you want to go backwards. And then eventually letting the knee and the elbow connect, knee and elbow connect. Maybe you want to cross the midline and create a different pathway in the brain. And then maybe you want to try and come into a balancing posture. You can start with one side. Maybe take the other foot off the floor just for a moment. Notice how the pit of the belly goes in and up to protect the lower back. And then maybe try the other side, starting with one leg. Lean back and lift, lean back and lift. And if you want to, you can try both knees. Maybe you want to do a regular traditional boat posture. Maybe you want to move around and splash the water. Remembering that you are the captain on your ship. You choose. You decide from which ego you want to act. And then come back to neutral. Blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows. This time, look up. Breathe. And then release the fingertips as far up as you can. Out to airplane. Turn the hands up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale, and this time bring the hands around you, or behind you rather. Hold on to something and then stay there. There is no rush. No rush. Notice any tightness. So becoming aware of the tightness. Accept the tightness. And then if you want to, you can imagine your breath as healing, warm water. Or maybe it's oil. Maybe some kind of oily water that rinses and smooths and heals. Imagine how your breath brings that healing liquid to any pain, any tightness, and releases the pain. And then release one arm, shake it out, support your own heart from the back, and then release the other arm, support your own heart from the back. You have everything you need. And then release down, shake it out, and then bring your feet a little wider than your mat, maybe creating that triangle, that stable triangle. And then shifting from side to side, accepting that we have two parts in us. And Dalai Lama, he talked about the negative ego and the positive ego. So if I'm aware that there's a part of me who wants to destroy, and there's another part of me who wants to create, there's one part of me who is very self-centered, and another that is more generous. So if I know that about myself, I have a choice. I can choose, or I can notice first, from which part of me am I acting right now? And then with awareness comes acceptance. It might feel embarrassing, or maybe I feel guilty. And that's okay. Emotions can guide us. And then we can take action. We can try again and act from a different place if that's what we want to do. That's a choice. That's up to you. And then instead of doing it black and white, maybe play with the idea that it's a big circle. It's a big circle. I might start out from my negative ego and then turn it into positive, and then maybe go back into negative and then back into positive, creating this big circle. That's an idea. And then maybe go the other way. Whether that idea is truthful or not, I'm not sure. And then after that, maybe just explore moving in your unique way, as long as you don't hurt yourself or others. And then eventually coming back and then moving into Tadasana, mountain posture, lifting that knee off the floor, creating those big circles, one way, the other way, opening up the hip joint, maybe releasing some old memories, stepping out wide, knees to elbows, fingertips together, lengthen the spine. You can stay here, or if you want to, you can release the hands down. Maybe you can use your elbows and connect the elbows to the inner legs and keep the legs up wide. Drop the head. Inhale, come back up. And then place that foot on the knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes. Open up the toes. And then maybe give your feet some extra love and care today. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the steps that you have taken with me, all the journeys and adventures you've shown me. And then wondering, what other places are we going to visit together? Your feet and you. And then bring the knees together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn away from the knees, look behind you. What would happen if I changed my perspective? What would happen if I changed my perspective? And then release. And then lift the left leg up or the other leg, creating big circles one way and then the other way. Stepping out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together. Lengthen the spine, breathe. Maybe imagine that big circle going up through the crown of the head, around the universe, back into earth and back through your root chakra, connecting you, the earth, and the universe. And then if you want to, you can release the left hand down and the right hand on your knee. And that helps to create a twisting motion. Maybe look up towards the sky, pushing both hands down. So the left hand pushes down to the earth and the right hand pushes into your knee, creating a twisting motion in your body. Are you willing to take someone else's perspective? Maybe you want to reach the hand up far. And then release down, let the head be heavy. And come back up. And then release the right hand down, left hand on the knee, pushing into both hands, creating a twisting motion in the body. Maybe look up towards the sky. Maybe reaching that hand up high. What would happen if you took someone else's perspective just for a moment? Just for a moment. And then release, drop the head. Inhale, come back up. And then place that other foot on the knee, using your fingers to open up the toes. And maybe give that foot some extra love and care today. Imagine all those adventures and journeys that your feet have taken you on, and all the places that your feet will take you, if you let them. And then slide the knees together, inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn to the other side. Look behind you. Breathing. And then release back to neutral. Okay, let's fire up those legs. Okay, transfer the weight forward and come up, and then pick a number. I always pick 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then sit down, shake it out, and we're going to do it one more time. Pick a number. I'll do 10 again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. And then come up one last time. And this time we're going to stay up. Blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hands, turn them over. And then reach and reach and reach. And this time maybe reach out front of you, behind you, maybe down. Maybe you want to move around. And then eventually let the arms go from side to side. Maybe bend the knees. And then lifting knees to elbows, knees to elbows. Crossing the midline. And you can move around. You don't have to stay on the mat. And then hands on your hips, kick yourself in the butt. And then lift out to the side, engaging the outer hips. And then lean and lift, lean and lift. Maybe you want to add movement in this balancing posture. And then lean and lift, lean and lift. Maybe adding some movement. And then back. Okay, now open your hands. Now take that negative ego of yours, see it, accept it, and then push it away, push it away, push it away, push it away. And it's gonna try to creep back in. So it's gonna sneak back in. It's gonna be so hard to resist, but you can do it. And then you push it back, push it back, push it back, creating space for the positive ego to grow. Maybe we need to kick it away a little bit, kick it away. Like you are not welcome here. You are not welcome. You have to stay outside. And then after a while, you can release the hand, and the positive ego has grown and can counterbalance that negative ego. It's a process. Okay, let's do 3 sun salutations. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Gentle, small bend in the knees to protect the lower back. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale down the midline. That was 1. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. Last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Gentle bend in the knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale down the midline. And then stay there, holding your own heart in between your hands with love and compassion. And then release. Okay, stepping back to warrior 1. Inhale to chair. Exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, the right heel comes off. Take a big step back, finding warrior 1. Blinking, bubbling stars. Place your hands in your back pockets. Breathe into the heart space. Allow the heart to lead and the mind to follow. Heart to lead and the mind to follow. Lift the opposite hand. Maybe add some movement. Find your way back to mountain posture, stable, steady. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back, creating warrior 1. Warrior 1. Blinking, bubbling stars. Place your hands in your back pockets. Breathe. Find your heart space. Allow the heart to lead and the mind to follow. Heart to lead and the mind to follow. Lift that opposite hand off the chair. Maybe add movement. Release the feet back together, bend the knees and come back up to mountain posture. Feel your strength, feel your steadiness and stability. Okay, inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, right heel comes off. Take a big step back. This time, open up the pelvic halves, moving up from the root chakra to the second chakra, creativity, the right to feel and create. It can be babies, it can be businesses, it can be art. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. What worked well in the past? What worked well in the past? How can you use that to plan for a better future? Plan for a better future. And then back to the present moment. What baby step could you do right now? Right now. Hands on your hips, straighten the front knee, release the hand down. Maybe look up for Trikonasana. Maybe let that arm go high. Bring the hand down, bring the gaze down, rebend the front knee, find warrior two again. And then place the hands on the chair, pick up that back foot. Pick up the same hand. Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe add movement. Maybe take the bite. And then finding your way back to mountain Tadasana, feeling the strength, stability. Okay, inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back, open up the pelvic halves. Moving up the chakras, giving yourself permission to feel. What do you feel? What do you feel? Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. How do you feel? And then bring that with you into the future. How would you like to feel in the future? Coming back to the present moment. How do you feel right now? Hands on your hips, straighten that front knee, release the hand down. Maybe look up towards the ceiling. Maybe bring that arm up towards the sky. Bring the hand down, bring the gaze down, rebend the front knee, finding warrior two again. And then place the hands on the chair, pick up that back foot, bring the same hand off. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon posture. Maybe add some movement. And then bring the feet back together, bend the knees and come back up to standing. From mountain, we are rooted into, we're going to go to tree posture. Rooted into the earth. Feel the roots spreading from your feet out wide. maybe around and in, around the earth and into the core. And with all that stability and the weight at the bottom of your feet, you're super stable. Transfer the weight to one side, bring the heel up. That could be it. Or maybe lift the foot off the floor. Maybe finding a traditional tree posture. Maybe letting the tree grow. And then finding your way back to Tadasana, mountain posture. Transfer the weight to the other side. Let the left heel come off. Release down. Okay, hands on the chair. Spread the toes, the feet are a little bit wider than the hips. Release the knees down. Blinking, bubbling stars. Place your hands in your back pockets. Bring your awareness to your heart space. What is it that your heart truly desires? And then untuck the toes, bring the knees wide, big toes to touch. Release the hips to the heels and finding child's posture. Inhale, come up. Clasp the hands, create that stable triangle. Tuck the toes, wait. Lean into the support, make sure it's stable, and then lift the knees off, finding dolphin posture. And then bend the knees and come all the way up to standing. Okay, and then let's get ready for the seated meditation. So I'm going to read the little wisdom from Dalai Lama again. It's a translation, but yeah, I can't speak his language. I usually make a distinction between different types of ego. One type of ego is self-cherishing in order to get some benefit for itself, disregarding the rights of others. This is the negative ego. Another ego says, I must be a good human being. I must serve. I must take full responsibility. That kind of strong feeling of I or self opposes some of our negative emotions. Okay, sit up tall, check in with the earth, sitting bones, pit of the belly goes in and up, neck is long, shoulders are wide, crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. Maybe drop down to midbrain. Bring your awareness to your breathing. Notice the inhale, notice the exhale, and maybe reflect on the words from Dalai Lama. And we'll meditate for about 8-9 minutes. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, gently move your head from side to side. Take a breath in, let it go. If you want to, you can place your hands in Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. Maybe bow your head in gratitude for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank you, inner guide, your past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on this journey. Open your eyes, raise your gaze, and thank you so much for practicing together this morning.